This Daily Dose of Daryl continues our series around this Father's Day weekend called F-A-T-H-E-R, Father. Of course, the first one, the F, was for family. This one is A, adjust. I learned the secret to life of learning to adjust well to all circumstances from my father. You see, my father, early on in life, started working in textiles, and he was a hard worker, very fast. I mean, he just was running rings around everybody in life. I could see that. And he was actually working in textiles, and he did what they call production work or piecework. And he was doing it so fast and so well that he was making more than his supervisor. And the supervisor, I don't believe, could handle it, and he accused my dad of cheating. Well, my dad was, he had a certain degree of integrity, and he also didn't like being called things that he wasn't. So he basically said, you know, I've heard people say, take this job and shove it. That's basically what he did. And even though he dropped out of the school about the 7th grade to work to take care of his family after his dad died, he did learn to read enough to make it. And so he got books and learned to read them. And I still have those books about how to be a carpenter. And he developed that trade, and he started working for a company and began to take all the scraps when they were going to throw things away, and brought them home and finally had enough to build his own shop. And then he worked for two gentlemen as the head of operations, I guess you'd say. They did everything from ground up, building houses, and he pretty much helped them become, pretty well-to-do, taking care of things, and finally realized that self-employment was one of the keys, and he started his own cabinet business and worked for himself, helping others. Now, the way I learned how he adjusted to things, during that process, he was helping expand the house we were building that we lived in. He expanded that, and he cut 3 of his fingers off with a skill saw that jerked back on them while he was going up a door frame. And he had to wrap them up in a handkerchief, carry them to the hospital, wait 4 hours before they could do anything. They saved one of them sort of in a crooked manner, and the other 2 they couldn't, had been so long. Another time he was kneeling down, and it shattered his cartilage in his knee. He started having problems, had to have an intraocular lens implant. He had arthritis that eventually disabled him. He had hardening of the arteries. And, by the way, they did put a Pig's valve in his heart on my 33rd birthday at Emory Hospital. And so through this whole process, he kept going. And I learned that he learned to adjust to whatever life threw at him, and that there's life after tragedies. And so I appreciate from my dad being able to learn that lesson, that no matter what happens to you and what people do to you, what they say to you, you can learn to adjust to that. And so thanks, Randolph Calvin Peebles, alias RC, and thank you for passing that on to me. And it's my honor to pass that from you down to all the followers on the Daily Dose. I encourage all of you to look now at ways that you've learned to adjust and how you might do a better job at it each day. God bless you. This Daily Dose of Daryl, entitled Father, Part 2, the letter A. Learning to adjust in life to the many challenges and hurdles that come is extremely important. My dad taught me this through example. Honor your father by adjusting well in your own life. Go out and have a great day. God bless you.